am making a plant-based ranch dressing. So spring starts next week. Actually, when this video comes out, it might be the first day of spring. I can't remember exactly what day. Anyway, it's getting warmer. We need more salads, more raw foods. We're shedding those heavy winter foods as the months start to warm up. So normally a vegan ranch dressing, I don't like to use vegan, plant-based, is made with either a vegan mayonnaise or a whole cup of cashews. Cashews are fine. Vegan mayonnaise, read your ingredients, make sure it's something that is healthy. And a cup of cashews. Sometimes it's really high in fat for some of us who have issues with high cholesterol. Or maybe you need to watch your fat content for some other reason. So I'm still going to use cashews, but I only have a quarter of a cup of cashews. I have them soaking here just to soften them up to make it easier to blend. Now, if you've seen my other videos on cashews, cashews are one of those foods that are high in parasites. So if you buy, I like to buy raw cashews. I do soak them with a little bit of peroxide. Check my other video on that. I'll try to tag it below so that you can see exactly what I do to kill any parasites that might be in the cashews. Ew, I love cashews. Don't want to have parasites. So I am going to use a quarter cup of cashews that have been soaked. And to replace the rest of the cashews, I'm going to use a zucchini. Now this zucchini is huge. You might want a smaller zucchini, but we're going to use the whole thing. I'm going to use a green onion. I'm going to use some fresh garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic, use garlic powder. But I like fresh garlic. Fresh, raw garlic. It's going to be raw when we finish this. It's going to be full of cancer-fighting chemicals. I'm using a raw apple cider vinegar. This is the vinegar with the mother. It has not been pasteurized to kill those nutrients, those enzymes that are alive that will help my body to digest my foods. And I'm even going to add some onion powder. Even though I have the green onion, I want a little more onion flavor. I also want kind of that, almost that salty feel that you eat when you eat ranch. It kind of has a little bit of the chunkiness. The garlic and the onion is going to provide that. And dill. Cannot have a ranch dressing without dill. And a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. If you are salt-free, leave your salt out. So the first thing I'm going to do is crush my garlic. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I crush them to combine the chemicals that create allicin, which is your cancer fighters. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crush my garlic. And I'm going to put my hand on the back of my knife, not on the blade side, on the back non-sharp side. And I'm going to crush my garlic clove. You can see the blade is behind my hand. I'm not going to cut myself. Pressing straight down. Do the same thing on the other one. So this serves two purposes. One, it crushes the garlic to combine those chemicals. It also is going to make it a little bit easier to peel. The fresher the garlic, the tighter that skin is on the garlic. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to peel. So I'm just going to peel that and let that sit while I get the rest of my ingredients prepped, and then I'll do the garlic last. Give those chemicals time to meld. Let me grab a strainer so I can strain these cashews. I have a half a cup of water that I'm going to put into my Vitamix. If you don't have a Vitamix, you may need a little bit more water. If you have a high-speed blender, it should be fine too. I know Blendtec is supposed to be one that's really powerful as well. So I have a half a cup of water. I have my quarter cup of soaked cashews. Move those out of my way. I'm going to cut the ends off of my zucchini. And I'm also going to cut a couple of little pieces so I can taste the dressing to see if I need to add any other ingredients before I jar it up, which I forgot to bring a jar over. So I'm just going to cut this into thirds and cut it into chunks just to make it a little bit easier to blend. If you do not have a high-speed blender, then you will want to cut them a little bit smaller just to make sure that it blends well. So the zucchini is going to add some fiber, add some vitamins and minerals, and going to make it extra creamy. I'm going to leave some of the zucchini out to see how it looks since that zucchini was huge. With my onion, I'm going to chop this root off in the very ends of the greens. Actually, they look good. I could probably use the whole thing. And put those in my freezer bag for my free broth. If you haven't seen that in one of my other videos, whenever I am chopping carrots, onions, or celery, I save the ends in freezer bags so then I can make my own veggie broth later on. So I'm just going to slice this. I don't really need to slice it this small, but since I already am, I might as well just keep going, right? Throw that in to my blender. I'm not very good at measuring. I want here's a measuring spoon. I'll use 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You know what? I don't want to get it wet. Actually, I'll do the dill first. I want a tablespoon of dill. Two tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That would give us the tanginess. You could use lemon juice if you want. And then I am going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And I like the pink Himalayan salt just because it's not as processed as your white salt. Now, if you eat a completely vegan diet, you will want to look for a source of iodine. Not all salts are fortified with iodine, so you'll want to find other ways. Seaweed is a fabulous way to get iodine into your diet. All right, so we have our cashews, our zucchini, a half a cup of water, apple cider vinegar, our garlic clove I did not put in, our salt, our onion, and our dill. So I'm going to cut that little tough part off of the ends of my garlic. Slide my knife. Notice how I'm not chopping. I call it the rock and roll. My tip stays down. I watch these fingers as I slide back and forth. Scrape with the back of my knife, and then I'm just going to run back and forth across. I keep my hand on the end just to keep better control of the knife. I'm going back and forth, scrape, back and forth. Usually onions make me cry, but today the garlic's going to make me cry. Oh. Okay. And I don't need to keep chopping. Finally, I forgot putting it in the Vitamix. Put it in. I got one of the new stainless steel containers. No more plastic. I'm happy about that. So, I'll be even happier when I find what I did with the lid. It's right here. Let me blend this up. We'll taste it and see how it looks. Alright, let me open it. Get a zucchini slice to taste it. See, it's got this beautiful green color. I think I could use a little more vinegar. So let's make it 3 tablespoons of vinegar. And up the onion and the, actually I think it's got plain onion. Let's up the dill. So I put in a tablespoon of dill. Now my tablespoon's wet. Let me get a dry tablespoon. We'll add another tablespoon of dill. Blend a little bit more. Oh, I spilled some on my counter. My other zucchini slice, taste it again. I'm trying to decide if I should add the other zucchini or not. It's pretty liquidy. Let's add the other zucchini. With a little bit more onion. I mean, more, whatever this is, salt. That was another half a teaspoon. So I've got a full teaspoon of salt. Alright, the last thing I need is to label it. So before I pour it in, I'm going to label it. This is my ranch. I could put the date on it too. I don't even know what today is. I think I know what today is. And I have to put a label on it because I always think, oh, I'll remember what it is or when I made it. And then I don't. Or I think I just put that in there and it really was like 2 weeks ago. Yuck. So here we go. It is a green ranch dressing. Now it's ready for my fridge. It'll be ready for my salads all week. So if you like this recipe, please like and share and let me know what else you would like to learn and see. Enjoy!